What? What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Money Grand National Series here. Oh my goodness, talk about revving your engine. Welcome back to the Money Grand National Series here on NBCSN. We are at Texas World Speedway. The cars roar to life here. Making a few last second audio changes. Alright. Here we go. Yeah, we're at Texas World. Getting ready to kick things off for what should be an exciting event. I don't feel like waiting through the pace lap, so yeah, Kurt Busch is on the pole with Randy LaJoie starting to his outside, the 8 of Martin Truex Jr. behind him, the 21 of Kevin Harvick, and then rounding out the top 5 is the 29 of Jeff Burton. Green flag is back, or is in the air. We're racing at Texas World. One important thing to note, Chris Mack back in the 86 and already in the wall, and in the wall again. Hard crash. Multiple cars taken out. Caution on lap 1 and already a big accident. Lap 1, turn 1. What just happened? Very first turn, that 86 car went nose first into the outside wall twice. See what happened? Dives out into the corner, just gets clipped by the 88 of Mark McFarland. That upsets the car enough. He's trying to save it. Tried to hang on to it as long as he could. Gets into the 88 again. This time he's along for the ride. He's headed straight for that outside wall. Bang, collects Paul Menard. Nowhere for Menard to go. Menard hits hard, first off. So it's the 86 with the right front. Hits so hard, I doubt he was even able to put his foot on a brake, because he just took such a hard hit there, probably knocked the wind out of him. And then that second impact, right at the end of the safety barrier. Man, there probably wasn't much safety barrier to hit. So I doubt it really cushioned the blow that much. So he took 2 huge impacts. Thank goodness everyone's okay. Chris Mack climbed out. Just had to catch his breath, but he seems fine for the most part. It's a bit shaken up. Oh, that's the accident. At full speed. Oh, man. Wow. One more time. That was violent. My goodness. Alright. Let's try this again, shall we? Because we got one blowing up under caution, but never mind that. Green flag back in the air. Together. Already contact being made between Jason Keller and Jeff Burton. 3 wide into turn 1. Already bunched up here. Contact. Wrecking once again off turn 2. It's going to be a big one. Oh, Nemechek airborne. Almost goes over. And we got more wrecking down into turn 3. A couple cars in the wall. Jason Keller. Jeff Burton. Oh, and more contact. Hornaday about got turned. He saves it down the front straightaway. But, man, these guys are crazy. Let's bring it back once again. So Jeff Burton gets into the back bumper of Joe Nemechek off turn 2. That sends everyone sliding down towards the inside wall. Jason Keller's going to get into it pretty good there, I think. He's being pushed by the 20 of Hamlin towards the bottom of the racetrack. But luckily, he had a lot of time to slow down before he hit the wall. Just gets it with the back end. And then I saw one more car get turned into the outside wall further up. Right here. Oh, man. Nemechek took a shot in the door from Randy LaJoie there. And then there's the 10. John Andretti, he gets collected. And then one more goes into the wall. There he is. Reed Sorensen in the 41. Big crash. Caution is out once again. Let's try this again. Green flag back in the air. It's got weird camera angles at this racetrack. Chad Blunt's your new leader. Clears everyone off turn 2. But now down the back straightaway, Kurt Busch gonna get a pretty good run in that draft. And heading through 3 and 4 once again here. Here comes Biffle as well. Busch, Biffle, and Blunt out in front. Stedman Marlin trying to hold off Ron Hornaday. Here comes the 21 of Kevin Harvick. The 8 of Martin Truex Jr. is in the middle of 3 wide there with Mark Martin on his inside. And now Kyle Busch making it 4 wide to the very inside. 4 wide off of turn 2. And they're somehow surviving as they squeeze together down the back straightaway. Back down to 3. Heading into turn 3. 4 wide again. Back down to 3 wide again. These guys shuffling around. They're all over the place. Lots of 3 wide down the front stretch. Heading down across the start finish line. Down the second half of the front straightaway and into turn 1. Once again, they are 4 wide. Jamie McMurray down there on the bottom by himself. Now has help from the 2 as everyone dives down to the inside entering the corner. Still 3 wide. And multiple lines, multiple trains here working together. Chad Blunt back to the lead, knows how to manipulate the draft. A little bit indecisive on which lane he wants to cover. He's going to try to stay low because he knows that's the shorter way around the track. But look at the run Kurt Busch got on the high side. He's got a huge run up top. 4 wide in the turns 1 and 2 once again. This is absolutely insane racing. Off of turn 2. Still 4 wide. Down the back straightaway now. 4 wide. Bouncing off each other. Jamie McMurray somehow keeping it straight in the middle there. Still 4 wide. This is just like Daytona and Talladega style racing. But a much wider racetrack and a concrete surface instead of asphalt. Who would have thought with less grip we'd still see good racing, if not better racing than we've seen at Michigan lately. And they're looking at 5 wide. It's not going to work. Contact in the grass goes Carl Edwards in the 66 of Scott Wimmer. Wimmer trying to get out of the grass. Can't do it safely. Hard into the wall. Rear end in the air. And he collects the 06 of Todd Cleaver. We got them checking up. A little bit of contact from Casey Kane. Chad Blunt leads us back to the caution flag. And I believe that caution just saved us from something absolutely catastrophic happening from the way they were racing. 4 wide everywhere, man. Green flag back in the air. Apparently I didn't even waste much time. Just jumped back into it. We didn't miss much, unfortunately. Oh, we did miss much. What in the world happened to Mark Martin? So he's slowing down for the caution there. And next thing you know, he's spun. So it's the 50 of Todd Cleaver, the 57, the 88, the 77 got a little bit of that. Danny O'Quinn, Mark McFarland, and Brian Vickers all wrecked right there. So now, green flag is out once again. Remember, these are double file restarts. Then one car does not get going. It's the 32 of Dave Blaney coming to a stop, or at least rolling very slowly on the front straightaway. I don't think he's gonna make it back around. That 32 car very slow on the front stretch here. Yeah, he's not going to keep it rolling. That might bring out another yellow. Stopped on the front straightaway. Can he tow in time? Did he drop any fluids on the track? Contact being made. The 27 saves it. The green is still out. They're going to let them race. Are they going to bunch up like they did earlier? Can we form some multiple groups of racing, or grooves of racing, I should say, like we had earlier in the race? Some of the best racing we've seen at this track. Carl Edwards down on the apron, had to back out of it big time. He's going to fall to the very tail end of the field, and we'll be lucky if he can squeeze into the draft without completely losing the draft. He's going to slide in front of his teammates. Mark Martin. He's already off the pace with some damage. Meanwhile, back towards the front, Martin Truex has caught Chad Blunt. Here comes the 16 of Greg Biffle as well. Kyle Busch in the mix, as well as Harvey Sadler in the 54 car. The 39 of Kurt Busch trying to work his way back up. Single file for the most part. Very different from what we saw earlier, but we'll give these guys some time to get bunched back up. As look at them heading into turn 1, 3 wide. I just think they're a bit too spread out. It's hard to really get bunched up with this package. I think we got lucky with what we saw earlier. Chad Blunt out in front though. Giving it all he's doing all he can, really, by himself, but the 39 tucked in right behind the 16, gave him a huge run. So now Chad Blunt goes up high to block Greg Biffle. Can he get back low in time to block the 39? He's not going to have the best corner. Can't quite get that car back low. Kurt Busch, he's got a push now from a fellow Dodge. That's Jamie McMurray in the 64 car. And here comes Elliott Sadler underneath his brother Hermie. The 21 of Harvick with a huge run. I mean, they're starting to form up. They're starting to. They are trying. But the top two, nose to tail here, pretty much. They're pulling away from the rest of the pack, and that's going to give Kurt Busch enough space to make a move for the lead. So now Kurt Busch and that number 39 Penske Rentals machine going to the front. 4 wide behind them. Back down to 3 as Kenny Wallace slides in line. Chad Blunt back to the lead. Here comes Jamie McMurray once again. And here comes the 8 of Truex as well. Truex to the inside. He has no help, but he has the shorter way around the racetrack. Here comes Kurt Busch way down low with a run on Chad Blunt once again to retake the lead. Harvey Sadler thought about taking a 3 wide, decided not to. He's going to push the 8. Contact being made. They save it. McMurray trying to hang on to it. A big bump from the 21 of Harvick. Here comes the 22. The 33 as well. Ashton Lewis in the 25. How about Lewis? We don't see him in winning position that often. He's had some of the worst luck this season as well, so it's nice to see him up towards the front. And Stedman Marlin's in this pack as well. I wouldn't count any of these guys out. With 2 laps to go, but now Kurt Busch has a pretty big lead, and they are bunched up behind him. This is what Kurt wants to see in this mirror, because he knows if they keep racing like this, it'll be almost impossible to catch that 39 car. Look at the run they have in the middle lane. Harvey Sadler is going to move up to block the bottom, and now white flag one more time around for Kurt Busch. 4 wide further back as Kyle Busch is trying to make up some ground at the last possible moment. Still 4 wide through 1 and 2. Now down the back straightaway, they are still 4 wide. Heading into 3 and 4 for the final time. Ashton Lewis and Ron Hornaday trying to make a last minute effort. I don't think they're going to get there. Off of turn 4. Coming to the stripe is all Kurt Busch, as he's going to win from Texas World. 4 wide across the stripe behind them. But it's going to be, I believe, the 16. No, it was the 30 of Stedman Marlin rounding out the top 5. Wow. All of the top 15 within a second of the leader. That's the type of racing you see at Daytona. But that's going to do it for this one. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe. We'll see you all next time. Until then, peace.